Good morning, everyone. This is Srikant Rajan from MPIinvest.com and welcome back to a morning market podcast. Well, if you look at the markets yesterday, the Nifty opened at a lower level at around 16,221, and from there went on a fall, and then from the fall it recovered, and there was major power coming in from IT sector as well as the HDFC twins, which together pulled up the Nifty and went up to 16,400. So 16,400, and from there it consolidated and closed around 16,301. Things were looking okay till the market closed, but after that US futures continued to fall. Yes, the US market futures continued to fall, and when we were talking about the market in the evening podcast yesterday, I told you that US market already opened with a gap down and it was already going downwards. So in fact, that actually continued, and we could see the Dow Jones down by 2% yesterday. S&P 500 was down 3.2%, and Nasdaq was down 4.29%. Just to understand, Nasdaq is down 27% from its 52-week high. That's of course a big fall. So right now, if you see, the tech stocks are majorly contributing to the fall. The majorly it was Meta Platforms, which is a Facebook parent company, and Alphabet, the Google parent company, which has fallen almost 3.57% and 2.8% respectively. So which has actually given a downside to the Nasdaq. Tesla also dropped by almost 9% and contributed to the fall. The FIs continued to sell in India. Yesterday, they have sold for more than 3,361 crores, whereas the DIS continued to buy to the tune of 3,077 crores. So now, yesterday with the data which I told you about the mutual fund, I am sure now you know how the DIS continue to buy in such a market situation and support the market. If you don't know, do check out the evening podcast yesterday. I am sure that will be an interesting thing to know. Now, coming to the market today, in fact, with such major fall in US market, the global market futures are already down, and SGX Nifty also indicates the Nifty could actually open with a gap down, yes, a further big gap down at 16,150, right? It's almost a 150 point fall from the market close yesterday. But let us see how the market can react, because Reliance results has already been factored in after Reliance going down almost 4%, and Reliance has reached one of its close to its major support level, which is at 2,500. So that can be seen as a good news. That is, if Reliance is going to take some support around 2,500, there are chances the market can recover. But apart from that, if you look at IT stocks are also kind of looking good, majorly because the dollar value has gone up and rupee value has come down. So as a country, yes, it's not a great thing, but for IT stocks, since they get most of the revenue in US dollar format, this is actually a good thing for the IT stocks. So these are two sectors, Reliance and IT stocks are probably the ones that can actually probably support the market if it falls further. But otherwise, 16,000 is a major level to watch out, which is a major support to Nifty. And as long as 16,000 is not breached below, we could probably see the market kind of taking some support at 16,000. So this is an important level to watch out. But again, there are two important data coming up today. One is the Indian inflation data, CPI data, Consumer Price Index, which I told you was last time at 6.95%, and there is again an expectation of it increasing this time, and it could be around 7.5%. So if it stays within the research analyst report of 7.5%, things could be okay for India. But if it breaches 7.5%, goes higher, whether that could be a cause of concern as well. So these are a few concerns to be looking at. So as an investor, I would say there's nothing that you need to worry, because it is just a good time to continue to invest in SIP format. And this is of course the reason which I told you yesterday in the post market report about the kind of investment coming in from DIIs. If you missed that, do check out yesterday's post market podcast. That will help you understand why we could be still confident about the Indian economy and the Indian stock market. Now, coming to some major results coming up today, Asian Paints, Cipla, Vodafone Idea, Gujarat Gas and Welspun are some of the companies among others which are going to come up with the results today. Let us watch them out today. If you look at IPO side, we also have Rainbow Children's Medicare, which will get listed on the market today, and it is expected to be priced at 542 per share. So let us see how the listing happens. If you look at yesterday, the Campus Activewear let's listed with a good gain. It was up almost 35% and finally settled up 27%, which is still a decent return for any investor who had invested in the IPO of Campus Activewear. In fact, one thing that I can tell you is there was major buying in Campus Activewear IPO, which majorly came in from Motilal Oswal Mutual Fund. Yes, they actually bought for 48 lakh. They actually bought 48 lakh equity shares in the company in an open market transaction. So, which of course is kind of looking good. So, if anybody is looking at investing on a SIP mode, this also can be considered, for a longer term. So, with all this, let us look forward to the market. Of course, we are expecting the volatility continuing, and volatility is at the peak right now. Right. In fact, like I've been telling, things have been getting really difficult in the stock market, especially for traders. So the way markets are behaving with such high volatility, it is not great for any trader, and we are also kind of in a fix on understanding how the market is going to be in the very short term. But apart from that, for investors, this is a great time. Like I told you, there is no doubt that we are going to make some decent returns with all the investment that we will be doing on SIP right now. So with that, our confidence in Indian economy continues, and the stock market, of course, is the best way to invest and get great returns. So let us look forward to invest and make more money. So with that, this is Srikant Rajan signing off until we catch up in the post market podcast. Goodbye. Have a great day.